Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel! Yes, Big Cat! Come in! Recon is afoot! Hey, hey! I can't wait to get into your cranium. I'm chomping at the bit, darling dears. But let me get my mechanicals straight because this Mercury retrograde seems to only be at my house. Good God! Yeah. Hold on a sec. Let me bring up the comments so I can see who's here. Right? Because I don't like to get the names wrong. Well, I do get them wrong, you know, because some of you got some tongue twisters over names. But vive la différence, eh? Vive la différence. Let's see, what's going on? Is it going to go into foolishness? No, and it's actually going to bring up the live. Thank God for that, because I was going to put you lot through it until I got to it. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Fist bump. Anyhow, before I re-interrupt myself again, Big Cat, I've got so much to talk to you about, darling dears. But first, we must talk about the planetary energies. The Gemini moon, the third house. Gemini, the third house, what's it about? Siblings and neighbors, darling dears. Being skullduggerous and scandalous. Anyhow, right? The Gemini moon connects with the retrograde in Mars in Gemini, darling dears. This planetary alignment can bring out a lot of frustration and anxiety that you suppressed over the past few weeks, darling dears. As your stress comes out, you could be fearful about the present and the future and what it holds for you. Try to ease any annoyances and any anxieties, darling dears, with meditation or breath work, or better yet, get the jazz hands. I told you already, we ain't doing that here. Go to the mirror. Go straight to the mirror. Don't pass go and don't collect 200 blood. Look deep into the windows of your soul, your eye chakras, and slap the shiznai out of yourself. I told you. Today is a gift. A gift. You keep yourself in this lane here, because when you go back, you'll fall down. If you go forward, you will fall down. Why? Because you'll be looking at someone else's grass, darling dears. And far be it from you, as a big cat who is prototype of your lineage, built for this shiznai, to be worried about someone else's grass. It's astroturf blood, brah, or stream. You thought I was going to say, oh, never mind. Tomorrow, listen, tomorrow's not going to be a better day until you be a better cat today, right? Did you get that? Tomorrow is not going to be better than today unless you are a better cat today. Hey, you don't need to worry about it. Just live and go and live. If you're not going to take care of your today, darling dears, the most important day in the deck, darling dear, today. I'm going to leave a little easy going reggae music in the background so you can relax. So I can point things out for you. I told you, I don't pick on you, big cat. I'm a pointer. Don't let anyone tell you any different. They be lying. I couldn't come live to you yesterday because I had to braid my hair. I had to hold down, 13 strong minutes, darling dears, to get them in. Anyhow, yes, baby, today's read is about what? Do you, boo? Do you? The bare necessities of life, darling dears. There's 5 things that you must what? Get to immediately. Don't hitch, don't wait, darling dears. And don't even wait for lean on someone else's understanding. You'll be on the rocks of life and at hockey sticks at dawn before you know what's going on. The first discipline, darling dears, is about your sex. Yes, baby, your sexual behaviors. You've got to pay your knees and be disciplined. Jumping in and out of bed with whomsoever, and you don't know who their demons are? Good God. When you have sex with somebody, darling dears, it's not just the bodily fluids, it's the exchange of energy. Just imagine, big cat. Let me turn down the music so you can hear me. Just imagine, yeah? You get into bed, you're all hot and ready for it, darling dears, and you're about to exchange energy with their demons. Yes, and they're angels, but mostly they're demons. Imagine that. After you backed away the quilt, right, got out of the bed, you've got up with what? Trauma, depression, and bad luck. Baby, sexually transmitted demons are on the tableau, darling dears. So you have to be more mindful. There's nothing wrong with being amongst yourself, especially if you've come off the back of something that's been traumatic, darling dears. Be with yourself, right? Pay your proverbial needs. Your sexual behaviors matters the most. That's why I put it on the top of my list. The second thing, right, which you should be disciplined about it, you should be like MacDuck about it, is your what? Nutrition, darling dear. What you put into your temple is the only one you got. Yes, you can shore up the britches, get corrective surgery or cosmetic surgery and all of that, but the foundation will be shitty. I told you already, your body's not a trash can, darling dears. So stop giving it trash. Your nutrition affects your mood, it affects your mindset, and it affects the shape of your body, blood. You can't blame that on no one else. I used to fall back on it when I was going through my issues. I used to comfort eat and say to myself, it's because of them why I'm eating this whole chocolate cake. Listen. And it was just me and my two hands at it. Listen. You've got to talk to your mind, darling dears. Your sexual behaviors and your nutrition was number 2. The next thing I want you to question closely, big cat, be on it like white on rice, right, is your beliefs. Question them always. Then you'll be able to allow others to have their own beliefs without trying to control or change them. When you're disciplined with your beliefs, darling dears, you take the time to analyze everything. You'll be able to see if it's your own beliefs and thoughts are the reasons why your life is at the bottom of the pit. What you're believing, the things you're thinking, darling dears. This is why I told you, you have to observe your thoughts in the third person. And what? Rein it in, darling dear. This is how you learn to meditate. This is a little side. Come over to the side. Come, I want to talk to you about this. This is how you meditate, darling dears. Many of you are still struggling. I still get the emails and stuff. You've been unable to clear your mind because it keeps jumping all over the place, right? Okay then, listen to me, big cat. If you want to meditate, right, you get yourself into a comfortable position, whether it's laying down or sitting up, darling dear. Focus on your breath, okay? 4 in, hold it for 4, and then 8 out, because you want to breathe in fresh and get all of the toxic breaths out. And plus, you need to get your diaphragm going. And your thoughts are going to what? Waylay with foolishness, darling dear. Let the thoughts come. If you try to repress it, you'll just make yourself tired and think you can't meditate. No, it's not. Let the thoughts come, but give them no judgment. Give them no airplay. Don't follow those thoughts with another thought. Next thing you know, you're back in the past, darling dear. Giving yourself it without the Vaseline. Right? So pay attention to your beliefs as well as your thoughts. Because whatever you believe will be the life you create, darling dear. The next one. Be disciplined about the relationships and friendships you're in, darling dear. Law number 5 of the 48 laws of power. 4 bottom feeders. Guess who's going to be number 5? Right? You have to be disciplined about that. Right? Because the best relationship you will ever have on this Malkuth is the one you have with yourself, darling dears. Be your own best friend. Talk to yourself well. Be your biggest cheerleader, because then you set the tone for how you expect to be treated on this Malkuth, darling dears. And the 5th discipline, the 5th one, yes, baby. You thought I'd forgotten, but I hadn't forgotten. I put it on the end, so you'd think I'd forgot. Yeah, right. Let's carry on. The 5th one is work on yourself, darling dears. It's not work on yourself today and then tomorrow, I'm better. No, babe. It's a constant work. This is what shadow work is called, darling dears. When you're working on yourself, you are getting more educated. You are finding more knowledge. You are fine-tuning your skills, darling dears. You are the one in charge of your life. Demand from yourself. Expect from yourself. So you can what? Build the life you deserve on this Malkuth. So you can do you, boo. As we call in the energies of wisdom. I've got a, what do they say? The bursa muscle in my shoulder. It's turned into an evil thing on my shoulder. I can barely move my arm. Anyhow, I'm still going to praise the Most High, darling dears, as we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers and spiritual guides. From Keitha to Malkuth, Namaste. Energies, up, big cat, up, I insist. Right, let's get your runestone for the day. You have Perthro. This is the High Priestess, darling dears. And guess what? It's in the reverse. Yes, baby. This is about addictive behaviors or addictions. It's also about what? Heinous gossip, darling dear. Gossip that's being bandied around for those that are lonely in the tiny corners of their mind. Darling dears, somebody's very upset about something. Maybe you've dropped them or dropped their behavior or just not bloody coming back. Someone don't like it. Represented by the letter P. I can only think of Jamaican swear words, darling dears. You'll have to help me out. I'm not even going to voice it, right? Represented by the letter P, the numbers 8, 9, 10, and 11, darling dears. Skullduggery is definitely afoot. It is also what? Someone who is a mistress. Someone who is what? The leader of the thruple gang, darling dear. Patiently waiting. The side bitch. The shelf sitter, the one that can always be called from the crevice of the devil's balls. A haterade for sure, darling dears. Why? They can't cope with what you don't want. Listen, rewind that and you'll understand what I'm saying. They don't know how to handle it, darling dear. I'm also getting the feeling that somebody's on eggshells. They're being set about why. They thought when they got the first place now, finally, after this long time, right? They've been waiting since before Donkey killed Philippe. Yeah, a very long time. Now that they got the #1 spot, they're nervous constantly on a daily basis, darling dears. Because if that's how you got them, what do you think you did? You opened up a new position for you to be worried about. Someone is worried about the relationship they find themselves in. Well, obviously, they haven't seen my 5 disciplines. And nobody told them because why? Their punani got them into that situation. The same thing that's on #1 on my list. Someone's not loving it, darling dear. Oh, well. They worked hard for that position, darling dear. And now they're going to have to work even harder to keep it. It also speaks about community gossip, darling dear. Somebody trying to cast what aspersions on your name. Why? Because you didn't come back. Big cat, don't you ever second guess yourself when you remove yourself from birth family, change your job, change your number, move to a different GPS. You forgive yourself, darling dear, because you already went with the unforgiveness when you was in the situations that you were in. Many people are casting their evil eye on you, darling dears, and not in a kind way. They want you to fail. And this is a gossipation, darling dear. If you left a throuple at your back, darling dear, to escape, they're not loving the situation they find themselves in. They're being discussed in the community. Well, it's only the community of the Mud Huttons, right? But it's still being discussed, but it's nothing to do with you, big cat, because you mind your own business. Best out, eh? Represented by the moon energy. It also speaks about somebody trying to bend some kind of occult knowledge. They're trying to turn it around to their advantage, not knowing that what? You are a child of the light, darling dear. Somebody's trying to cast spell work on you. Protect thyself, big cat. Nobody can do any... There's a film I saw, right? What's the film called? Skeleton Key with Kate Hudson. I don't know if you've seen it, but go and watch it, darling dear. If you don't like scary movies, well, bad luck. It's not scary, but it's the truth. It's all about the belief system. This lady, right, kept saying, went to this place where they practiced a lot of voodoo and witchcraft, and she kept saying she didn't believe it, but yet all of her actions showed that she did believe it until her soul got stolen, darling dear. I'm telling you, it's an interesting film because it's always what? Art representing life, darling dears. But it's about the belief system. People can understand when you don't truly believe in a situation or circumstance, darling dears. Why? Your actions will not back up the words that you said. This is why you have to claim dominion over yourself. And anyone sending you spell work, darling dears, you make sure that you get yourself into the bath, right? Because water, right, is where you carry energies, darling dears. The energy of the water, darling dear. Or go to a body of water. You sit down in that bath. Psalms 91, Psalms 121, Psalms 51, right? And then you say in a commanding voice, I take back all of my energies. I do not give my permission to be assaulted by energies outside of myself. I am a vessel for the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis, and only the light may shine in and around my hemisphere. Yes, baby. And then you say amen. And you say, I command it. You don't even realize the same words they've used to cast aspersions on your name, darling dear. It's all spell work. Talk a spell over yourself, one of protection, one of dominion, darling dear. But remember, harm none, not by thy tongue, thy hand, or by thee deed. Don't harm anyone. Their own life is a crisis, darling dears. Otherwise, all the eyes wouldn't be on your throne. They don't understand how you do what you do, but you had to do to save you. This is why I tell you, do you, boo? Let's get a domino. I'm feeling fancy today. Oh, you have a 6. The energy of a 6, darling dears, is represented by Venus because Venus rules the number 6. The number 6, Venus is about abundance. It's about your social urges. Some of you are urging to go out into the public, but because we see Perfo in the reverse, there's a lot of doppelgangation, right? And mouth meeting, darling dear. A lot of jealousy is being bandied around. If you're going to go back out into the unwashed public again, darling dears, make sure that you're protected and you tell no one nothing. I told you, you are a child of God. When you step into a room, it's as though God called you. Shoulders back and head up. And let everyone know that you've got them in your third eye. How? By making eye contact, darling dear, and not wavering. You're the one to break it because they mean nothing to you. They can't further your goals. They can't build your life. All they can do is what? Guess and wonder and assume. And when you assume, you make an ass of you and me. Well, not me, blood, because I told you, I ain't getting smoked, blood. I did that for 50 years, right? Getting smoked, pushed around, right? Oh, hell no. I like to be happy. And happiness is an inside job, big cat. Stay in the present, big cat. Stay in the present. Many people are going to be feeling anxious because of the skullduggerous moon being in Gemini, as well as Mars retrograding in Gemini. Mars is about action. Mars is about your personality, how you portray it. It's about being in charge. But Mars can also be what? Impulsive. It's in retrograde, darling dears. So you're wanting to take certain actions, but you're afraid of what other people think. The spell casting what? Back squad, because they're behind you, so they're the back squad. Yeah? Baby, you think I care what anybody thinks about me? Good God, they better not hold their breath. Because I might go to their funeral and sing Amazing Grace in a falsetto with no tears on my face. I just came for the food, darling dears. Listen. Because who's going to F with the food at a funeral? Who's going to do it? Exactly, big cat. Fist bump. But there is funerals that I will not attend. Not even at gunpoint, darling dear. So if you know who it is, and if you're still spying on my channel, I'm not coming to your funeral, so you can relax. Fist bump. Anyhow, before I interrupted myself, yes, the number 6 is ruled by Venus, darling dears. It also speaks about harmony, teamwork, and cooperation. Somebody would like to have that with you, or maybe that's what you're wanting because it's a time where we're what? Coming out of our ambivert. Yes, I should more say introvert, darling dear. You've gone into hermit mode, but the hermit mode was necessary for you to back away the energies that no longer served you. Some of you are thinking, oh, but it's family. Family! Family will have your brown bread arse out barking at passing cars before you know what's going on. They was just a vessel for you to get here, darling dears. And many of them have the contract to ruin your life if you allow it, if you don't control your beliefs, your thought systems, the things you put into your body, the sexual contracts you make, darling dears. Because many of the relationships you made was based off the dysfunctional family dynamic you was born into, darling dears. And if you've been rocking with me for a time, how now, brown cow? Listen, you are so fabulous and so far up yourself, darling. And I mean that in the best possible way, darling dears. They couldn't even look your way, let alone breathe on you, let alone go out of you, let alone get you in the boudoir. Anyhow, I interrupted myself again. Because there's no one to check me, boo. The 2 and the 4 on the dice, darling dears, speaks about some kind of a loss. Be very careful of somebody trying to steal something from you. Sometimes it's not even a tangible thing. It could be the stealer of your energies, the stealer of your time, the stealer of your wisdom. Not everybody deserves to sit at your tableau because this same person is talking shiznai about you, or they will do as soon as they leave your side, darling dears. Not everybody that presents as a friend is your friend. And you have to remember, some listening ears are nothing but ear hustlers, darling dears. Can't wait to get on the balls of their feet to bring what Sodom and Gomorrah on your name. Remember I told you that. The energy of Venus I was just talking about, darling dears. It's more about you being more sensual. This is why I told you many times, a long time ago, whether you're male or female, you'd need to go and get yourself a core ball. It's that big rubber ball they use in the gym. I haven't got mine yet because I keep it in my bedroom now. Best place before I go to bed. I can rock myself and then go to sleep, right? Even if you're male or female, you need to get your kundalini moving, darling dear. Because if you're not sexually active, it's dormant. And you need all of the manifestation powers that you can get, darling dear, that come from within. So get it with the circular movements, darling dears, the up and down bouncing, right? Yes, baby. Get your core ball, C-O-R-E, and get your circulation on, darling dear. This is not the time to be stagnant. This is how sometimes you can get the best thoughts come into your mind once you're getting your midsection moving. I'm telling you, use it. It's a fact. Right. Let's carry on. What do your ancestors think about this? The big cat is nervous and anxious about the future. Whoa, that's why I'm on the internet, because I'd be in prison. I'd spend all my days smacking people across the face. Not because I want to be mean. I didn't want to be mean. I told you, I'm a pointer. But sometimes, woo cha. Sometimes people make you want to say, Jesus, take the wheel. Let's get your energy. Where is my true love oracle chakra? If I can't find it, that means we're not supposed to use it. The first one that came into my hand is the life lessons. And as I picked it up, I saw the true love. Look. Anytime, this is a double elastic band. Anytime elastic band breaks, a cycle has ended, darling dear. Something new must be ushered into your life. Take the time to sit down and focus. Focus, right, on what, okay. How can I use this energy to be more successful because something has ended, darling dears? Use that as an affirmation. How can I use this energy to be more successful? It's all about the success, darling dear. Let's give this a good shufty. One card, please. Oh, you have two. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. There's many binary beats that you can get online, darling dears. There's many crystal singing bowl healing that you can get online, darling dears. Find what resonates with you. And not all modern music is the music for you to listen to, because a lot of it's got a lot of murder, death, kill, reckless sex, backstabbing, stealing, and it's all about wearing all of your wealth, darling dear. They want you to be shot down in the street for having a Cuban link. Imagine that. Pay attention to the music you're listening to. Some of you are musicians, and if you are, you need to what? Start your YouTube yesterday. Get your energies out there, darling dears. You don't know whom your music was made to heal. Get it going. This one went in reverse. It says book. Somebody's not taking the time to what? Fine tune their skills. And I told you, if you want to hide something from a bottom feeder, a hustler, a ear hustler, put it in a book. That's the last place they'd find it, darling dears. Somebody needs to be more diligent, right? And it's also about getting further knowledge. Someone is on the fence about getting higher education. Baby, you can be a keyboard gangster. You don't have to go into an establishment. I found out so much things on the internet. I'll be gone for hours, mate. And it's one thing that I was looking at, but it leads you all over the place. Fine tune your knowledge, because knowledge is power, and power is power, and power is knowledge. I told you, it's a free ring circus. Make sure that you're at the head of the circus, darling dears. I told you, it's better to be the ringmaster than one of the animals. Somebody's definitely not been paying attention to their knowledge, right? Too focused on the family, the same ones I told you to chew off your proverbial foot and leave behind. Some families will be trying to what? Make amends now that we've got a new year in, darling dear. New year, same bull swanky, darling dears. Do you really want to invite that hairline taking gang back into your life? Do you? Are you that desperate for company? Listen, I'd rather be alone, right? I told you, I get on with I, myself, and me just great. I'm not trying to F me over. I'm not chatting out all of my business, right? I'm not divulging my next move. No, mate. I keep it amongst I, myself, and me. Oh, yes. And the Most High. Father God, Mother Isis, darling dears. Remember, just because they're family doesn't mean that they're meant to continue on in your story. Remember, you are the one that's creating history for yourself, darling dear. The whole point is about it being your story. You have to remember, these way showers, darling dears, was there to show you everything about self-love, being self-sufficient, right? Leaning on your own understanding. Yes, baby. And remember, the family that you make, whether they're progeny or through marriage or the true friends, the true soul tribe that comes into your life, darling dear, will be the right family for you. But you have to go for a time, a period of hermit mode. You have to. Whether you like it or not, it's called the DNS. I just looked over my shoulder because it's not creeping up on me again. I told you, I'm the red light, green light champion of 79. Pinkies up. As are you, bestie. They might talk them things about you. Because why? You're doing you, boo. Fist bump. Let's get a deck. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah! Someone's crying into their fist. They're proper sorry. They're sad, they're upset, they're full of regret. Regret? Regret is not remorse. That's the difference between a full-on Judas and a full-on Peter. Somebody's crying those Trojan horse tears. Could be a family member. But where they are, look what's underneath that. It's justice for where they are, darling dears. Whatever they did was an injustice to you, darling dear. Maybe it broke up a family because of what they did, their own greedy actions, their ways, whatever it was, darling dear. You trust that you're on the right path. Why? Because they're animals. Didn't I tell you that they're animals? I wasn't making it. They're animals. Animals spelled with a H. Animals. Listen, it's gonna have me banding around the B word, the C word, and that big Jamaican P word. So, these energies of the Gemini, the Gemini moon, and Mars being retrograde in Gemini is causing anxiety, eh? Anxiety over what? Oh my God. The future, moving forward. Listen, the cards don't rap. My cards talk it like it is, darling dears. Some of you are uncertain because the Knight of Swords also represents a heartbreaking situation, but it's about moving away from it quickly. But you have to also move away from it with common sense, blood. You're flip-flop. There's one thing to remove yourself from a heartbreaking, betraying situation. There's another to be carrying that heavy load. Didn't you hear what Erykah Badu said? Pack light, posh clap. Pack light. You got to start analyzing this situation or circumstance that you went from, darling dears. You need to look at what you've achieved so far, because the Knight of Swords is somebody who is highly intelligent. You've got it going on in the cranium, so you should have it going on to understand past situations was set to build you, darling dear, not continue to break you. Why? Because you're to take the lesson and move on quickly. Why? Because none of us know the day, the hour, or the minute. And we're not doing it again. I watched this thing the other day about near-death experience. Well, I've seen quite a few of them, and every one of them in those videos, they're saying that when they see the light, it's something about not going towards the light when they're dying. Don't go towards the light. And then I watched another video, and it was like, it was saying that it's the people from the 4D that's trying to control us. And if you go towards the light, that means that you've got to come back to this Malkuth to have another life. Baby! It was a lot, but I paid attention, mate. Listen, when you come here, I talk about everything. It's telling you to move away from this anxiety. It's past situations that's rearing its ugly head, because you need to trust that every step that you are taking going forward is divinely guided, darling dears. Father God looks at the work that you've done on yourself, darling dear, but he or she, because it's Father God, Mother Isis, wants you to what? Pay attention to the details that you're telling yourself, your beliefs, darling dears. Pay attention to your disciplines. When you go forward with your common sense, your flip-flop. What's this? And strength, because you are what? Divinely protected as well as guided. Divine is also telling you to what? Watch out with the choices that you make. Why? Because temptation is about to arrive on your doorstep, darling dears. Or be thrown in your path. You on your charging horse going forward, looking like you're going places, right? You're going to be a beacon to many. We've got the strength card, big cat Leo energy. What's Leo? The 5th house, the house of drama, black. Drama. It's also the house of romance. Somebody's going to try and possibly tempt someone into a romantic situation. And this situation is too soon after your heartbreak. Why? Because if you're still ruminating over the hurts and pains that you've received from a past situation with a lover, a friend, a family member, it's not the time for you to get engaged with anyone else. You need to get up close and personal with yourself. Be your best friend. Invite the Most High to sit at every meal, darling dears. Pay attention to your discernment and your intuition. The 8 is, as I said, is big cat Leo energy, but it's also divine telling you to what? Be the hero in your life. You are the what? Co-creator of what you've got going on. If you are not happy with your situation, you can change it anytime. Knight of Swords. But you have to be strong, spiritually strong for what is coming towards you. Base of the deck, darling dear. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Circumstances and situations that is not going to be working for you, blood, bra, or sistrine. Divine is warning you. This is a warning, darling dears. Why? Because you're a divine child. And we're best friends. And if I'm not getting effed over, you can't get effed over either. Why? Because I'll pick on you. I know I said that I'm not a picker, but I'll have to. Because we're best friends and that's what we do, darling dears. I'll point it out that I'm not picking, but you know that I'm picking, right? It's also someone being strong about leaving some kind of a working situation. Somebody's afraid of what's going to happen to them. I told you it's the energy of the Gemini moon as well as the the retrograde, Mars retrograde in Gemini, as well as, I nearly said it, Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Reverse, it's about your status, your standing in the community, whatever community that is. But divine wants you to what? Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. Because there is healing in the unknown, darling dears. Libra energy, big cat energy is also the what? The house of partnerships and true contracts. When you take a leap of faith, darling dear, away from a situation or circumstance that was breaking you down mentally, financially, physically, being paid like a pauper, right? Nothing like getting knowledge to clear the path ahead of you, darling dears. Knowledge is power, and power is power, and power is knowledge. I will always tell you this, bestie. Hold on a second. Got to blow my nose. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. I noticed that anytime I'm doing tarot readings, either during the reading or after the reading, I have to blow my nose. And I researched that as well. When you're getting a lot of spiritual energy or you're being guided, or this is what happens, you create some kind of mucus. Yes, baby, it's all in there. But anything I tell you, you can find it out for yourself. I don't make shit up, darling dears. I ain't got that amount of time, darling dears. I've got to plait my daughter's hair and I need to put aside a solid 8 hours. Because we can't just use Timothy and go in this household. We can't. Base of the deck, darling dear. What did I say? There's somebody's full on sorry, mate. Sorry and left behind. Feeling disappointed, disillusioned, and feeling like a dumbass. Wishing they'd drunk from the cup of knowledge that you gave them. You said, don't do this. My emotions matter. And they told you what? 2 of these and 1 of those. And they was flashing it on you, darling dears. Flashing it while they bent over and busted it wide. Well, they're sorry now. Let that Jojo stay with them. And when I touched the bell, the shell fell over. So somebody definitely needs to go to a body of water, darling dears, or get into water. Claim dominion back over yourself. You want to know how to do it? Rewind the VT, darling dears, because I'm not repeating myself. I must go forwards. They're upset. Stay over here by yourself, lad. Don't pollute my big cat energy. Let me get the tiny cards. Shall we be petty and see why they're so upset and disappointed and crying and looking up into the sky as if you're going to drop out the sky? And if you did drop out the sky, you'd be coming feet first or knee first. So you land on their head, knee first, blood. Listen, what's the matter with them? They're full of it, right? Why are they upset and depressed about the big cat? Who's there's something wrong with their mind. It's not their mind, right? Something wrong with their mind. Their cranium ain't right, blood. It's not right. It's also about broke pocketers. Buddy, have you got a dime? Somebody so broke it's a joke, darling dear. But they have to be quiet. See them holding it down. They have to hold it down quietly. They must stare into it, mate. This is about not having no new opportunities. Somebody's worried about their job. Right next to the Knight of Swords, they could have lost a job, or they're being what? The manager is a bottom feeder. Worse than them, darling dear. Somebody's unhappy in that situation, and they're looking at the cup you offered. That your cup looks shiny now. Look at all these cups in front of them. They may have other people to talk to, friendships and whatever, but them cups ain't shiny like your cups. They ain't even looking at what's going on down there. Somebody's stuck in the corner of their tiny mind. And it's affecting their sexual behavior, darling dears. Good God. They're lacking in motivation and discipline. They want to rest some burdens on you, darling dear. A challenging situation. So what's so all of this one's energy, and the ones is fire energy on its face. Over the top impulsive. This person is a weak ass, a coward on the inside, darling dear. They'll give it all of the dog's bollocks on the outside, but on the inside, they're a yellow belly, right? They're a coward, right? And they're an effing liar, a skin peeling scuzz bucket. You better not listen to nothing they say. It'll be the whisperings of Hannibal Lecter, blood. 2 aces on its face. The aces are saying, no new beginnings. Don't do it, big cat. Don't do it. In my Miss Sophia voice, don't do it, big cat. Don't do it. You'll be rocking yourself, mate. With the devil's most diligent worker. Listen. Louder with their addictive behavior and all of their addictions, darling dears, to gossiping. And I told you, they're already addicted to what? To lying, right? And they're possibly addicted to Viagra. Listen, they've got all sorts of issues. The issues got issues, mate. And every one of those issues wants to come over your house, big cat. So what are they going to do when big cat don't give 2 good golly and goshes? What are they going to do? Still be stuck on you, darling dear. Because you are their world now. You are their leader. Because they can't say nothing to the people that they're around. They're amongst their like-minded souls. 7 of Wands. That means you're vulnerable to all and sundry that's around you. And they're the devil's strongest worker who's stuck in the past. They wish they still had you around, big cat, to pull you about like taffy. Imagine that. They didn't realize that you already undummy batted yourself. You're not a dummy bat. You don't go back to yesteryear. You're not the leader of the pet cemeteryites. You are not Dr. Frankenstein. You cannot raise them from the dead, darling dear. You can't. Hairline, spiritual pay grade and all that. Divine wants you to move forward. Clarify the Knight of Swords. Quickly. This also speaks about a message. This speaks about a job interview, a contract. Something very important is coming towards you, darling dear, a hot trot. It's also a conversation. Maybe it's a telephone call. Something important is coming through for you. I'm hearing over the next 24 hours, darling dears. What are you supposed to do about this? It could be a call, it could be a letter, it could be an email. What is the best step for the big cat to take? Well, it's going to relieve a situation that you've been going through for some time, darling dears. It's going to ease a situation. That's a message for someone, right? What about the Strength card? Not being tempted off your flip-flop into fucking ease, blood. Don't do it, big cat. The world is not big enough for you to be a dummy bat as well. No, no, no. Leave the basura where they are. Right? This person, they used to have Shakira hips. They ain't got Shakira hips no more. Somebody's thinking about your strength, darling dear. This is a past person that's reminiscing, running down the what? What's it? The dark tunnel of their mind, their insidious mind. Someone's also looking at the opportunities you've created for yourself, darling dear. Baby. And they want you to go down Bobby Brown. They want you to lose your mental health. They want you to lose your money. They want everybody to take advantage of you. Yeah. Pentacles on its face. Look, we left you over here in the corner. Why are you over here? Good God. This is so outrageous, big cat. Can you believe the effrontery of it? This person is frivolous, they're frivolous, right? And they've got a lot of what? Adverse things happening in their life. Tragedies, right? And setbacks, right? King of Pentacles. Let me clarify that. King of Pentacles is somebody who's assured financially, darling dear, set, an entrepreneur. They see that you're not fighting with them, darling dears. King of Pentacles also could be somebody that's coming towards you with a lover or friend. This person could be someone who's the one. He could be a good business advisor, darling dears. Maybe it's somebody in the field that you're aspiring to be in, darling dear. But this is about getting information that you can actually use. Something that's not going to be confusing. So, okay. If one of you big cats is waiting for an answer on some kind of conundrum that you've had in your life, it could be something to do with the legal, something financial, darling dear. The situation is going to go your way, but you're not going to get 100% what you actually want, darling dears. But it's still going to be a victory. What mustn't you be working with? Time wasters, darling dear. You ain't got the time for it. World card, new beginning, new things, fresh start. Some of you are wanting a fresh start in life. Not understanding when I say do you. When who God bless, no man can curse, darling dear. Wisdom is for the wise. Divine has your life in the palm of his hands. Why? Because Divine wants you to focus on your long-term goals. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This is also traveling. Somebody's also going to be traveling, darling dear. Could be booking a holiday or even traveling to a new job, a new domicile. Because the Hierophant, Taurus energy, can represent an institution. It could also speak about your beliefs, maybe your religious beliefs. Somebody's changing their outlook, maybe going from religion to spirituality. I don't know. Maybe you're going to dip your toe in the ocean and leaving the fishbowl behind. What's this? Yes. Wherever that situation you asked about, somebody's about to get an 11-11 fade. Something that's going to ease their mind 100%. So if it is a legal contract that you're worrying about, a phone call, getting to get an email, you're not going to get 100% what you want, but you are definitely going to get something out of the situation, darling dear. What's this? Someone is not happy about you, darling dear. The more happier you are, or the more you bend the matrix or live your life according to you, darling dear, as you do you, boo, this is creating a lot of unhappiness. This is people that you no longer, like I said, friendships. It could also be someone that you went on a vacation, because sun card even equals vacation. That person was never your friend. They always saw you as a boss or felt that you was better than them. That's their business, what they feel in their tiny mind. Where's my tiny cards? Negative people. Yeah. People that you've left behind. You got the Four of Cups, 2 different decks, darling dear. So we know it's Bitter Benjamin or Bitter Betty in the corner who's watching you. Right? Eye of Sauron, darling dear. The Eye of Sauron. Why are they so unhappy about you? Focus on you. Why? Why so much on the big cat? Because of the fighting and confusion that's going on in their life. You've got the Five of Wands reversed. You haven't got to pour in any fight they've got. You're not conflicting with them. You use the conflict, right, and the adversity to bring about true change in your life. This person loves to fight. They like to fight, darling dear, and they haven't changed one fig. Well, they can stay over there by themselves, because the cards are saying it's them. Four of Cups twice. Your viewpoint, darling dear. Some of you need to have a look at your belief systems. If you're feeling stagnant in your life, if you want things to move, look at the thoughts that you have in your mind. Because if you're giving yourself limiting beliefs, darling dears, especially if the beliefs are from bottom feeders that don't deserve they're living rent free in your mind. You've got to what? You've got to use some mind control on yourself, darling dear. Your mind is what builds and creates the life that you actually have. And you're here to be the boss, the emperor or empress of everything, darling dears. What's this? Leave Foolio alone, right? Fool card. Leave Foolio alone to do foolishness as they continue to repeat the negative cycles. I told you, karma is a patient gangster. Is also what? Doesn't discriminate, darling dears. Leave Foolio alone. They're up to fucking ease, blood, and they'll be rapid with your hairline. Remember. Do you, boo? That's all the justice you need. We don't go backwards, we go forwards. If you're enjoying the read, please hit the thumbs up button. 137 in the chat and only 55 thumbs up. What's going on? Let's get another deck. Love this stripe. Hey! Everything must be iron with you right about now, big cat. We've been rocking together for too long to go back to what? Drudgery around bottom feeders. Are you mad? It's gonna have me foaming at the mouth. Good God. Let me use my FP555 Oracle Intel deck to finish out this read. Oh, this jumped straight up. Yeah, it's blood clottery and F shit. And it's on a 33. Even the Ascended Masters are pissed off about it. They don't want you to go backwards. They want you to what? Do the 5 disciplines. Look at your sexual behavior. Look at the nutrition that you're putting in your body, darling dear. It's not a trash can, right? They want you to be disciplined about your beliefs and question them. Question your beliefs, because this could be the stumbling block, darling dear. The blood clutter in your life that's keeping you stuck, right? It also wants you to what? Look at the type of relationships you're having, darling dears. 100%. Because the best relationship you must have is with yourself. That's the only thing you get to take with you everywhere on this Malkuth, darling dears. And the last one was to demand things of yourself, darling dears. Do your shadow work on a daily basis. Question everything. You are what? A masterpiece. Father God told us. In Ephesians 2:10, I believe that is. What's this blood clottery and F shit? What is it? Thank you. Oh, and this turned over as well. Yeah, those blessing blockers from yesteryear want to do what? Time traveling. We don't align time traveling. If they try to come back, try to send you any form of messages, if you feel inclined to send back a message, you send back, I can't afford for you to interrupt my space and time continuum. Leave it at that. Let them work it out for themselves, right? Because they're a back, front, neck, tabber. There's 120 cards in this deck for you to get just those. What's this? You're being guided away from Pennywise, son or daughter. Where's my shit? Yes! Because you've already healed the situation, darling dear. This is why you don't go backwards. They should have heeded your words while you was there. Well, bad luck for them. Sucks to be them right now. You're too busy embracing your 6 G's. What's that? God, growth, goals, gifts, greatness, and gratitude, darling dears. Good golly and gosh, you understood the assignment when you was told by the Most High, right? To come off the field and go into the barn. Now the Most High is telling you to come out of the barn, but create a new field for yourself, darling dear. One where you create the lanes that you what? Populate, darling dear. You create the field now. You've been gifted with all of the tools. What's this? Listen, louder ghetto life, yeah? Louder ghetto life on a 15, devil energy and all that. What's this? Smocation indicated. Good golly and gosh, big cat. You ain't missing nothing. Wherever you left behind to get to where you are right now, we're going to finish the read on how we began it on a 6, darling dear. The 6 is about you continuing to find true harmony and balance, but that can only be found from within, darling dear, because what you are is what you call into your existence. You'll be saying, but Case, I didn't mean to call all these wicked people. Yes, you did. You subconsciously did, because you believed you was less than. You was given limited beliefs by your birth family, by the circumstances and situations you found yourself in, until you didn't. I told you, big cat run things. You are a prototype of your lineage, and you were built for this shiznai. Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo, Capricorn energy. Divine wants you to understand that you must continue to be practical. You are being supported by your ancestral team, and it's about you continuing to nurture unto yourself, darling dears. How you treat yourself is how others will treat you. It also speaks about stability. Something physical is about to be gifted to you, darling dears, and it's on a 10. What's that? The Wheel of Fortune, darling dears. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter energy. Jupiter is about good fortune. It's also about philosophy as well as religion or spirituality. Maybe some of you need to lean back into that more. It's also about extravagance, darling. There's somebody's been very wasteful with the things that they have. Don't waste your money, big cat. When you see a rich person on the road, darling, you'd never know they're rich. They look like they just come from a bring and buy sale or a thrift shop. It's the ones that don't have it that are driving the best cars, have on the biggest jewelry, but yet they're sleeping on an air mattress, darling dear. Everything is on what? Loan. This card is turned over to face me. What did I say? They're watching you, darling dear. Win, wishing, hoping. 18 is what? Moon energy. Bad friend, bad advice, and bad juju. Return to sender in the name of the Most High. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings, Todd love to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat.